Hi everyone, my name is Leah and this is Cash. So I fostered Cash to begin with back in July 2021, and instantly I fell in love with him. I wasn't sure how it was going to work out to begin with because we had a cat. We wasn't really sure how Cash was going to respond with having a cat, and equally we wasn't really sure how Milo, our cat, was going to respond with having a dog in the house, because usually whenever he sees a dog outside he's very, very scared, he's very jumpy, he tends to run away from dogs, and he is terrified with dogs. So initially we decided to foster Cash on a 2-week basis and give him a little holiday. And when we first got Cash, when he first came to the house, as soon as he saw the cat, he started chasing him. And I was like, oh no, like, what's going to happen? Milo actually decided to move out for about 4 or 5 days and live in the car park next to the house. And he would only come in when he knew that the dog was put away at night time. The really sad realization that we had come to was that Cash was going to have to find another home, and I have never, ever, ever felt heartbreak like it, because I immediately fell in love with this beautiful boy. We approached Joe and we said, listen, we need help. You know, we've got Cash now. And it was actually through Joe that we actually got Cash. But we said to Joe, we need help, because I really do not want to have to send Cash to live with another family. You know, he'd already been moved around. And the problem that we had was that he did keep chasing Milo, and Milo was traumatized. So Joe jumped on a Zoom with me, and then she came down and, you know, put some techniques in place for us to work on. And it did get better eventually, but it was through perseverance. I really believe that if it wasn't for Joe, we wouldn't have had Cash for as long as what we do. I even remember that there was a time when Joe called and was like, right, do you want us to come and pick him up? And I was like, no, I just can't. I cannot be without my dog. Like, he turned into my best friend. And I never wanted a dog. You know, I got the dog because my daughter, she's 16 now, you know, she wanted a dog. I was coming home and I was finding post-it notes going up the stairs. Dog, please, Mum, I want a dog, blah, blah, blah. I promise I'll walk it. But, you know, he turned my world upside down. And it was really, really challenging, you know, the situation with Cash and with Milo, because ultimately the cat was here first. But, you know, my heart was, I have to keep this dog. You know, this dog has been through enough. And he really, really took to us, and he just felt so at home. But the issue was the chasing the cat. Every time he sees the cat, you know, he would just chase him. And looking back on it, it is funny, but, you know, that poor cat, you know, he was terrified of him. So, you know, Joe came and she put some techniques in place and, you know, showed me some training techniques for what we could do to actually stop Cash from chasing Milo, and ultimately to make Milo kind of feel more at peace with Cash. And, you know, eventually it was challenging and it was very, very testing. And some days I was just like, oh, I've had enough. I need to leave this house now and have 5 minutes on my own. But Joe was there every single step of the way. And without her, I really don't know what we would have done, because my heart just could not let go of this dog. So Joan put the techniques in place. We worked really, really hard to implement them daily. And do you want to come and say hello? Come on in. You want to come and say hello? We worked really hard to implement them daily, and we persevered, and eventually it got better. I couldn't even leave the house because I couldn't leave the cat and the dog on their own. And every time I did leave the house, you know, Cash would cry. Even if I just walked out to the car to get something, he would cry. He also had really, really bad separation anxiety, which again, Joe was absolutely brilliant. She showed me some techniques again on how I could stop Cash from being severely, you know, anxious every time I left the house. And it's got to the point now where I can happily say and shout it from the rooftops that I can leave the house for a couple of hours at a time. I come home and the cat and the dog are laying together on the bed. Now, it's turned out now that Cash is a little bit wary of the cat. And but you know what? They're so comfortable with each other now. They are, you know, they are brothers at the end of the day, whether they like it or not. They are. But, you know, there is no more. Cash does not chase the cat. The cat is actually, and I tell you what, it's actually done the cat the world of good having Cash here, because where he used to be so jumpy and so terrified of other dogs, he's found his balls, you know, he's kind of found his, no, I'm the boss kind of thing. And he's not so terrified now of other dogs when he goes out. So actually, having Cash here is a blessing. What Cash has done for me is something that I've never, ever thought in a million years that I would experience and I would feel. He's just brought this love and this togetherness, you know, togetherness in my family. I sometimes sit there and it terrifies me, the fact that one day I might not have him. You know, obviously our dog, we outlive our pets, don't we? But he's just the funniest dog. He's the most loving dog. And I really want to emphasize, if you can, please, please, please give a dog that needs a home. I feel like I never want a puppy. I wouldn't ever want a puppy again. I would always adopt again. This dog is my life. He really is my life. And, you know, 2 years ago, if you had said to me, Leah, will you get a dog? It would have been absolutely not. But if you said to me now, you know, Leah, would you get another dog? I'd be like, a rescue? Absolutely. Because they all deserve a second chance, don't they? And this dog has just turned my world upside down. He drives me batty most days. But he just brings so much joy to my life, and I'm so thankful that Jo has given me the techniques to implement and has been there to support me the entire way. And without her knowledge and her skill set and her experience in, you know, dog training, you know, we'd be lost. We'd be totally lost. She's an absolute credit to the dog training industry. She really is. And I've never actually met a woman or anybody who knows what they're talking about, and the advice that they give and the techniques that they give work. They really, really work. Yeah, he's brought so much joy to my life, and I'm just so happy that I can comfortably leave the house and not have to worry that the dog and the cat are going to be scrapping. So yeah, the cat has moved back in. And they do. He walks around and he walks up to Cash and he sniffs his nose and then he walks away again, and they've just got a weird, loving relationship, you know? They really have. So I just want to say thank you very much, Jo, for everything that you've done for me and my family, and Cash and Milo. Without you, our family would not be as calm as it is now. And to anyone watching this, if you have a chance to foster a dog, adopt a dog, rescue a dog, please give a dog home, because I cannot tell you how different my life is. Like, Cash saved me and I didn't even realise I needed saving. Yeah, that's our journey.